Green Day album ranking used to look like this, and so much has changed since that ranking. Let's rank all 14 Green Day albums, including Saviors. Now, I did get over my Dookie fatigue, which is good because that sounds like an awful disease to have. You're still going to hate some of my rankings because it's not yours, and coming in at 14th is Kerplunk. This is the part where I have to tell you to stay. I love every Green Day record. I love them all. I don't hate the trilogy. I don't hate Father of All. And with Kerplunk, I just don't have the strong connection that I have with the other Green Day records. It's got great songs, but I do prefer the later, more polished Green Day. And if you don't like that, maybe you don't like modern Green Day, which is fine. So now that we have that out of the way, again, I love every note that Green Day's ever done. Father of All, Uno, Dos, Tres. It's not Trace. I keep hearing other YouTubers say Trace. But I do be mispronouncing words a lot over here too, so I'm going to chill out. Fantano gave Saviors a 3 out of 10. But he gave Father of All a 0. So he's liking Green Day a little bit more these days. Number 13. Green Day album is 39 Smooth, the debut album. It has pizzazz. It has a lot of stuff going on for a debut record. Holy Toledo, Elon Musk. I love this debut by Green Day. I just wish that the song called Green Day was a little bit more representative of the band, because it's like you want to go to it, you want to listen to that song, and then you're like, whoa, this is not what really Green Day are about. At least not anymore. 39 Smooth, a really fantastic debut, the beginning of something really special. From the very first notes of 39 Smooth, you can tell this is a band that knows what the heck they're doing. Number 12. I am a trilogy defender, but we got Dose coming in at 12. It does contain some of the weaker moments of the entire trilogy, the trifecta of Uno, Dos, and Tres. Wild One and Make Out Party are some of the songs that give the solid trilogy a bad name, in my opinion. A great album, but definitely some songs that are skippable. Sometimes you listen to them, and sometimes you're like, nope, on to the next one. Nope, nope, get me to Ashley. Somebody take me to Ashley. Number 11, Green Day album. So many Green Day albums now. This is ridiculous. Number 11 is 21st Century Breakdown. 21st Century Breakdown at one point was probably near the top of my album rankings, but just like I got burned out with Dookie, I think I got a bit restless. I got a little bit of a restless heart syndrome with Breakdown. They really went for it on this one, but these days I find myself skipping to favorites like Viva La Gloria, Restless Heart Syndrome, and American Eulogy. Those songs cannot be skipped ever. Number 10 best Green Day album goes to Trey, not Trace. Not Trace, it's Trey. The drummer guy. The trilogy rules, but Trey has slid down my list. It used to be way up at number 6. It was my 6th favorite Green Day record. Now it's my 10th favorite Green Day record. As I've grown closer to other albums, it's not that Trey has gotten worse. It's good. I've found some things in other Green Day records that I forgot that I loved as much. Trey is a lovely record. It's experimental and emotional, and 10th place ain't a bad place to be. Number 9 Green Day album is Insomniac. This is definitely one. It used to be way down at the bottom of my list with Kerplunk and 39 Smooth, and people were really letting me have it. They're like, you are crazy. I'm not watching this video anymore. How can you have Insomniac, 39, and Kerplunk at the bottom? And I used to. That's just really how I felt. And Insomniac has moved up to the 9th spot. I don't revisit Insomniac a whole lot, but when I do, it really kicks me in the head. Why do people keep kicking Billy Joe Armstrong in the head? Number 8, Green Day album. Operation No Control of the Headlines. Yeah, Revolution Radio coming in at the 8th best Green Day album. It was a fun record with ambition and a lot of great influences like The Who. And there's not too much to complain about on Rev Rad. Maybe the missing S and bouncing off the wall. It was walls. The lyrics are walls. Some people call Revolution Radio safe. Some people call it Rev Rad. But with bow guitars and addressing some real hard-hitting issues, both in the world and in the Green Day personal world, I think Rev Rad would kick your butt in a fight. That's what I think. Rev Rad, really freaking good album. Number 7, my 7th favorite Green Day album of all time, currently in 2024, is Father of All... That is correct. You heard me correctly. It's way up here in 7th place, and many of you probably think it's awfully generous to have Foam up here at the halfway mark of Green Day's album discography. But I used to rank Dookie at this spot, so be thankful. Dookie has lifted up a little bit beyond Father of All, so you can't yell at me in the comments about that. I used to think Father of All was better than Dookie. I've regained some semblance of sanity, and I put Father of All just a little bit down on my list. The songs are fun. They would be hits in the live setting if they were allowed to flourish there. And like Mike Dirnt said, they just never got to prove these songs to fans on the stage. If we had a proper Foam tour, or at least like Hella Mega went differently, I think the hate would have been suppressed a little bit in the beginning, and the love could have won at the end of the day. But here we are. Number 6 Green Day album of all time is going to the Uno. I'm a trilogy defender. Remember, Uno features one of my favorite songs of all time, Rusty James. And if you haven't seen the movies and read the books that Rusty James is from, you need to go watch the films or read the books. Rumblefish and Outsider. It will change how you hear the trilogy, and it will change how you hear Green Day in general. Heck, it might even make you love Uno. Number 5, we're in the top 5 Green Day albums now. And maybe this is crazy, stupid, lazy, and contagious, but Dookie is my 5th favorite Green Day record in 2024, 30 years later. Yeah, Dookie and Insomniac, they fell out of my favor for many, many years. I just got so played out with both of them. I just listened to them too much. And like when I got into Green Day, to the point I did not want to hear them again. I just wanted to blast Rev Rad and Father of All and all the new Green Day and never look back. But man, Dookie is a beast. After a few years off, Dookie is really showing me its perfection. And yes, we're into the perfect album territories now. Uno was almost perfect. I'd say if Carpe Diem was replaced with a different song, I would maybe say Uno is a perfect Green Day record. And Dookie is perfect. Now we go into the stuff that's beyond perfect. We got the new one, baby! The new one! Just put it right there in front of American Idiot. Beside Misfits, Crimp Shrine, and Dookie up there. Number 4 is Saviors. I thought when it came out, when I was at the listening party, and when I've listened to it on Spotify 15 million times a day, I thought that Saviors would be my 5th favorite Green Day record, but it is 4th. The brand new 14th studio album from the Green Day band from Oakland, California. Time will tell how this will change as more Green Day albums come out, as I maybe get sick of. I don't see myself getting sick of Father of All. I kind of listen to it a healthy amount, so I don't like burn out on it like Dookie or Insomniac. But maybe I'll burn out on Father of All. Maybe it'll get lower. Saviors right now, fresh off the press, it is my 4th favorite album. I love every single song. The highlights are Goodnight Adeline, Strange Days Are Here to Stay, and Fancy Sauce. But the entire record is exciting, bold, yet familiar at the same time. There's a lot of Dookie riffs in there, but they're kind of built like American Idiot riffs. It's very strange, very cool. Like I said, they do reference their own catalog here, but they use it in new ways, and I'm trying to personally stream this entire album into the stratosphere, along with getting Basket Case to 1 billion plays. It's getting there. It's like 970 something million. Won't you help me? And obviously, I wish that Saviors was number 1. I wish that this list was just Green Day gets better every single time. And for the most part, I kind of feel like they are going in that trajectory, but there's just 3 albums in their catalog that are extremely hard to beat. And I think my top 3 are kind of in flux. I was tempted to move all 3 of my top Green Day albums around. I was like, oh my gosh, did this album overtake this one? And then there's 2 that are near ties. But let's just cut out the bull crap. And number 3 is Warning. Sometimes Warning has made it to the number 2 spot. And it just darn near got there. It almost got there, but it didn't. Warning is my 3rd favorite. And Green Day say that Saviors, Dookie, and American Idiot are the trifecta, but no. My trifecta of Green Day albums, it starts with Warning. That's part of my trifecta, and you'll see what my trifecta is here in a minute. This is a 12 out of 12, insanely well-written banger. Do you have the guts to go full Dylan when the world wants Dookie Part 6? Jilly Bo Lives? Bada bing, bada boom, bada boom. Warning is a perfect record front to back, and only 2 Green Day albums can top it. Number 2, the second best Green Day album goes to Nimrod, the album that started it all for me. Green Day, alternative, punk, fandom, all these things came from hearing Good Riddance on the radio. And Good Riddance led me to Nimrod. My mom bought me the CD. I took it in my room. I was an only child, the little blue boom box. And when I heard that album, I was like, whoa! Nothing on here sounds like Good Riddance. They tricked me. This is the record where Green Day escaped the trappings of punk rock in favor of doing anything and everything they wanted to do. Every single different style and genre they did justice to on this record. In some ways, this is the quintessential Green Day album of my life, and Nimrod almost took the number 1 spot. Nimrod it's been my 3rd favorite, like it and Warning, kind of going back and forth, and then I couldn't believe it when it almost overtook my number 1 Green Day album, which is drum rolls. We don't do drum rolls here on the channel. We just go for it. The number 1 Green Day album of all time, and space and coffee. That's what we say here on the channel. If you like and subscribe and comment and share, American Idiot. When I was doing this ranking, like I said, Nimrod and Warning, they really fought to be number 1. But American Idiot just has a spirit behind the music, a deeper truth that Nimrod and Warning hadn't quite reached yet. They were building to it. But and the politics. Gosh, the politics. Screw the politics. American Idiot is a breakup / coming of age story. The true tale of Billy Joe Armstrong growing up in California in the 80s. Think about that. I bet you've never thought about that. American Idiot is set in the 1980s when George H. Bush was president. And Jilly Bo Legweek and his girlfriend were exploring punk rock. They were exploring love and life and getting into trouble and realizing what was good trouble and bad trouble. And I could just go on for like 6 hours just talking about how good American Idiot is. But I know the main thing is Saviors is number 4. And Green Day, just 14 darn perfect records, you know. And I've got a few more Saviors ideas for videos. So we are not done with the Saviors era just yet. Just heard that Fever song. That was pretty good. But please like the video for Chris Dugan. And I'll see you in the next one.